Welcome. You are now tuned into the Textually Active podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Textually Active. This is your weekly dose of conversations about navigating the digital age while dealing with friendships, relationships, and all the ships in between. I'm Rez, and I got Meezy with me.
I'm hungry.
And E is on the boards.
Yo.
I think we can all collectively say that we are hungry. But we're here, nonetheless, to give you guys what you want. It's Textual Tuesday.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Happy fucking
Christmas.
New Year.
It's not New Year yet, bro. It's
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
They're not exclusively
Happy Hanukkah.
together.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Festivus.
Happy Festivus.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all got a long little Friday ahead of you guys, but enjoy it. Be around people you can be around if you can be around, and if you can't, Zoom them, tell them you love them, text them, because we textually active, FaceTime, just find some peace. Sit on your couch, get drunk, watch Netflix out there.
Thank God for technology during this time. I think the best Christmases are spent just relaxing. Like
I meant to say one more thing. It was one more thing that we missed a happy thing for. Happy Black people got their Powers Day. This came out right after.
Oh yeah, I hope y'all superpowers are kicking in. You guys should be nice and strong. Happy superhero December 21st. We made it. What was your superpower? Is it activated?
Nigga, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure mine out.
I don't think anybody has lied to me yet. So everybody.
I'm still out here curating the playlist with the best of niggas. So,
Hey.
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know. Who knows? That was a Twitter conspiracy, but thank you for bringing that up.
Shit, it might not kick into the new year. You know how black people will be on color CP Town.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's always late. But I hope you guys are planning to spend your Christmas relaxing after this long year. 2021 is right around the corner. And I guess that kind of leads straight into our episode. But before we get there, I want to know how you guys are feeling. What's going on with y'all?
I'm cool.
You cool?
Yeah, I'm good.
Anything else?
Nope.
You good?
I'm here to pod today.
Okay. Meezy, how you feeling?
Nigga hungry, got a little headache, got tennis elbow. I've been, you know what I'm saying, in there throwing bowls at niggas and shit.
You fucked up.
So how do you get tennis elbow? And
I think it's from how I've been sleeping, bro. I think it's like I've been trying to sleep at an angle and shit. My elbow been pressed into the bed and shit. So
it's not from masturbating.
I mean, I'm ambidextrous, so you know what I'm saying. I'd have had carpal.
Okay. How long until 30? Because I feel like shit start falling apart before you turn 30.
Oh, I got a month.
Okay.
Month,
so that could be a part of it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm just getting older. My diet better now. You know what I'm saying. I ain't lost no weight, but still, I'm drinking more water. I had a soda yesterday for the first time. I was like, nah, this don't feel right. So I had to dilute it with the water. So
soda?
I drank the soda. I drank the soda, but then I washed it down with water.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Easy. Welcome. Cranberry juice, all them juice and stuff like that. You gotta dilute.
That shit crazy.
Cran tropical.
Wait, hold on.
Fucking tropical.
They got cran tropical.
You hear me?
Oh nah, I'm about to go to the store.
She's that girl. She is that girl.
Cran tropical just sound fire.
Yo, if you see it at your supermarket, you know what to do.
Put some respect on cran. Cran
the
hyphen.
Cran series.
The cran hyphen is the one.
Cran hyphen. It could be cran fucking watermelon. That shit gonna turn your life upside down.
When Cran got married, she went crazy.
Hey, that cran lemonade crazy.
I don't even know who the hell Cranberry is. Who's that?
Pineapple.
We don't know that girl.
She a hoe, but she a good hoe.
Cran kiwi. Shit.
Cran kiwi is funny.
Cran snap this year. I'm feeling good. It's Free to Breast Assist Day. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm breast dressed, very breastical.
That's good.
So you're welcome.
Put your best breast forward.
Go ahead and tune into our YouTube, and while you're watching, make sure you share this to your social media pages. That's right. Screenshot it, post it to your story.
With the most. No, I'm trying to think of like the hostess with the mostest.
And share it to your social medias. I'm really like trying to get something out, and you're talking about breast. That was 5 minutes ago.
Can you stop referring to him? It's bothering me a little bit.
No, why do you want me to read it? Now I got to redo it?
It's making me uncomfortable. Just stop.
Okay, so back to what I was breasting about. So if you're listening to this episode or if you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you take a picture, make a video, post it on your social media pages. You could do Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and make sure you tag TA and let us know you fucking with us. You know, let your squad know what you listening to. You know, get textual. So with this being the second to the last week of the year, I want to take some time and talk about 2021. So this can be sort of like a recap of how our year went. Personally, what was our favorite things? What were the worst things? What are some pop culture moments that we will never forget? I think we all have this thought in our head that 2020 was a terrible year. And for some, I can see how it was a terrible year. But I just want to kind of focus on the whole thing. And hopefully by the end of this discussion, we can round out our assumptions about 2021, whether it be it was a great year, whether it be it was a bad year, or 2020. Yeah. So we'll weigh out how was 2020 for us. Did we enjoy it? Did we hate it? Did we gain more than we lost? Like, let's talk about it.
So are we going to kind of so what's the floor? Can you set the floor for us? Like, we know what happened in 2020 with COVID and stuff like that. Are we keeping that out of this, or are we looking at it?
Bro, all
2020 as a whole.
We just talking about this 2020 as a whole, bro. Niggas fucked around. Like, in actuality, this might be one of those years that niggas always remember.
Oh yeah.
It ain't too many years that you gonna remember, but 2020 gonna be one of the ones. Like, we got to live through a plague. Like niggas was catching polio, the bubonic plague. Like, we got to live through Corona.
Were you the one who said that we should get a Bible? 2020, everybody who was in 2020 should be featured in the Bible.
In 2020, we should deserve to be in the Bible somewhere.
This definitely needs to be written in a history book.
You remember when they used to do the fucking at the end, the back of the yearbook? Right. Corona has its own fucking 3 pages of shit that happened just because of that.
It's a semester or 2 worth of history.
Right.
Like just everything that happened throughout the year.
You remember there was a time when we was like, hey guys, if we just be in the house till about May, we'll be all right.
Nigga, when we thought it was 2 weeks, when it was like, just stay home for 2 weeks and we'll get back to you.
You about to go on your social media and you about to start seeing the flashback of us saying, it's only going to be a few weeks.
Nigga, we've been in the house the entire year, bro. We was really only outside for 2.5 months.
I can't help but laugh, like, when I go back and I think about January, February, and March, about how positive
niggas was like, oh, it's 2020, my vision ain't blurry, I'm about to see perfectly, I got that 2020 vision.
How optimistic I was going into the year, how energetic, how excited I was to like be around people and hang out with people, and just for it to come to a screeching halt.
That's dead, Fred.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about January, February, and March, because it was a little normal.
You know what I'm saying? Well, niggas was in the streets. I remember. I turned 29. I hit the streets for my birthday. In the strip club, throwing ones. Big baller that weekend. Then even got to go to the beach a little bit, and you know what I'm saying, just vacate a little bit. Who would know? Who would have known that'd be my real actual last time in a regular normal life?
I remember my last time I was actually celebrating a friend's 30th birthday. We were in Philly. We went to this really cool bar. It was a ping pong ball. They had, if you look on my profile, you'll see me in a bathtub of ping pong. And in hindsight,
yeah, that could have been.
That could have ended me.
That's probably gross.
That could have ended me. It was everybody getting in that tub and throwing them balls around. But I practiced safe hygiene all the time, and I washed my hands immediately after I got out of that pool. It was crazy. But that was my last time like being out before the shutdown, because we were up there for what's that? Because we went up there for spring break, and then that's when everything got shut down. Our last event was supposed to be us going to Trap Karaoke, And once that got canceled, we was like, oh.
Yeah. It was you know me, I look at stuff in quarters. So Q1 for me was like I was literally going up the hill of the roller coaster. I was just about to go over because I'm like, yo, like things are looking good. I was about to get the best month ever, and then old girl showed up.
Yeah. She came in and it wasn't really what we were expecting. I was building new friendships. We had a brunch party. We was in Philly. We had spring break. I was getting ready to graduate. I was getting hyped up for that, looking for jobs. And then it was like, time to sit down.
Crazy.
So what do you guys remember about the first couple of weeks of shutdown?
I had just got rid of Corona, I think.
Tell us about that. What happened?
I had that shit. We went to the beach and my fucking whole body was like cold. I couldn't like sleep. I'm a side sleeper, so when I woke up, my like hips hurt. I couldn't walk. I ain't have like a real bad cough, but you know what I'm saying? It was itchy throat, scratchy throat and shit. So I'm like in the streets, you know, this before niggas knew you had to have a mask and shit. So I'm just out in the streets, you know, trying to fight it, thinking it's like a cold. You know, this shit look common cold. I'll be all right. Hit the streets, drink some brown liquor, I'll be all right.
You was just like, let me
hot
clear my
toddies
throat in the streets, huh?
Yeah, nah, not hot toddies, just regular. Yes, yeah, that's what I was saying.
You was in the streets like,
Yeah, chilling and then just drinking regular, you know, smacking margaritas down. But shit, when I got home, I felt all right. So I'm like, maybe it was just a cold, but who knew what was ahead for us? And like literally, I want to say, literally like 2 weeks after that, niggas was like, okay, we about to enforce some rules, and y'all about to be in the house.
Right.
Like I was an essential worker, and I never got to use my essential letter. Like I still got my letter. I never got pulled over. I never got to use that bad boy.
you say you still got that letter?
Yeah.
I'll talk to you.
All right. Offline. But it was just weird. It was this feeling of like, okay, this is about to happen. We about to, you know, be in the house. You know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe it'll be cool.
And then it was indefinitely.
We don't even know when we coming out. Like,
We still don't know.
Like we got to go out, but they was like, hey, listen, we saw what y'all was doing. Y'all gotta go back in for real.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think for me it was just basically it was a scary moment for me, man. Like, you know, being full time, and it was within the first 6 months. You know, I feel that was crucial timing. You know, you only got but so much runway to, you know, pay your bills and shit like that, and then everything dried up.
That's crazy.
You know, I realized that like how unprepared people were, because, you know, you're trying to call people, trying to figure out ways you can still do stuff to help them out, but no one set up call forwarding on their business line. Right? So it was just like, if you didn't have people's emails, like, you were screwed.
Right. I think the first 2 weeks were about transitioning into what it means to stay home and be at home. I don't think a lot of us were prepared to take our work life home with us.
Not even that. Like, imagine like realizing that you like gotta be in the house. Like nigga, oh, it's Friday. Well, we about to hit the streets. No,
we're not.
We're not. Like,
We're
so
not.
now you gotta find in house. Then like the liquor store started closing early, so you gotta go to the liquor store, make sure you got enough to get you through the
You
weekend.
gotta go during lunch to get to the liquor store to make sure they're closed. I mean, and at one point, I didn't know if we were gonna be able to wipe our ass.
I started buying
Because
boxed
the toilet paper
wine,
Was that a toilet paper?
handles of liquor. Toilet paper was gone. Paper towel was gone. You
Nigga,
had to fight
water.
for toilet paper. I think prior to that, like around the Super Bowl, we went to Costco's not knowing that this was about to happen, and we got a shit ton of toilet paper, and that lasted us through the whole quarantine. We just recently had to restock, but in the beginning, like, we had a shit ton of toilet paper already, and thank God, because we didn't know that niggas was going wild out about toilet paper.
Nigga, I started drinking more. Like, nigga, I was going through true. Like, I'm going to Truly.
Yo, Truly
Is only in business because I think the three of us, like this group friend circle. That's it.
Yeah, like truly was a part of our relationship.
Yeah, like I was buying them shits by the cases, bro, going through them every weekend.
Yeah, I definitely got a lot of
multiple times a week.
But I think for speaking of Fridays and how that felt like not being able to go out and not being able to go and enjoy the nightlife. Home DJs came. We got virtual DJs. Hey. We got Facebook DJs. We got IG DJs. And these niggas was cutting up.
First month was the one. Nigga.
It was lit.
Listen to how we adapt as people.
Right.
I think just black people in general are just like, hey, we're going to make this a party. So we're going to talk to each other as if we're all at the same party because we're on the same live and explain to each other that the fish plates are in the front. You know what I'm saying? Go get your fish plate, the wings, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, just talk to each other like we're in the same room.
That comment section
in
felt
anything?
like the AOL chat rooms when we were 15. ASL. Yo, I'm about to go get a drink. Anybody need some? Is the most embarrassing thing, but like we were going through trauma.
Niggas had sections in the IG live with bottles and hookah.
Niggas was taking shots with each other virtually at the DJ party.
Yeah, how was there virtual like people standing on couches virtually?
That shit was hilarious.
Well, while you're just sitting there, you the same way how you say LOL, but you really have like a stale face.
Exactly.
Like, exactly what you were doing at your house.
Like niggas is just really like trying to find a way to continue to be happy. Like we didn't know what to do. This was the first time in I would assume the millennials that we've ever seen anything like this.
Right.
Like we've seen tragedies happen, but it ain't never stopped to the point where we was like, what's next?
And then on top of this,
like September 11 was bad.
Yeah, but I mean it was like 2 days. I mean, my thing is like I remember going to school maybe 2 days afterwards.
Yeah, like nigga, we like stopped. Like we wasn't even sure we could go to each other's house. Like we was just stuck in the house talking to each other on FaceTime and shit.
And then on top of all of that, like people were dying. Like people were dying. The hospitals were overwhelmed, and that's all you kept seeing. So not only am I stuck in the house, but my mom just called me and let me know somebody that she knows got it and they died, or somebody's husband died and their cousin died, and people was just dying. And then you see CNN. Fuck CNN, yo. CNN. Now I know y'all job is to report, but y'all really had it turned up the first two. When you get home, take your clothes off, make sure you wash them, rewash your mask. Oh, and it's airborne. If you can, wear goggles because it can get in your eye socket, and now you're gonna die.
Nobody had a clue what you were supposed to do.
Remember they said make sure you drink warm water so that you could flush it down.
Then we had a jackass tell us to inject ourselves with bleach.
Or how can we take the sun, the UV rays, and put it into an injectable form?
You remember when the black people couldn't catch it? If black people could catch it, it died if it got hot enough. The nigga was like, when summer come and the temp go up to like 90, it'll kill all of it.
But I feel like this summer was pretty cold for regular standards. Like I don't feel like it was hot.
Yeah, I don't remember like really being outside enough to be like, oh shit, it's hot. I don't remember like even now, like shout out to everybody up north that's surviving the snowstorm. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, those might be our only days of snow. Like I don't think it's gonna get no worse.
Yeah.
I mean that snow came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so it's just like one of those that random pop-up snow. So I think like as much as that little girl is trying to tell us about climate change, I don't know how it's helping us, fam. Like, and aside from that, it started making us think about the world in general. Like, looking at how America is ran and how shit is happening. When I said we got to May and we thought COVID was bad, shit hit the fan. It was a whole shit show. Mm-hmm. Shout out R.I.P. to our homie George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, the guys in Milwaukee. I can't remember his name. Like shit just started happening, and it was like, bro, what are we supposed to do? Like we already not supposed to be outside, but we gotta figure
like
something
we have
out.
no choice but to sit down. It's like we already have a global pandemic killing everybody, but now we have these aggressive, big ego ass police running around killing niggas for nothing. You do not get paid to kill me. You do not get paid to kill us. And it made everybody so angry that we just like, well, you know what? We already ain't getting paid. These niggas is disrespecting us. Yeah. Our jobs still want us to come in. They don't give a fuck about us. And then on top of that, you got the cops having a nerve to come to somebody's house and fucking kill them.
It was a real...
And kill somebody in front of their kids.
Dontre Hamilton. That's the name.
Kill somebody in front of their kids.
It was a real scary times. Like,
I'm lying.
Kill people for... counterfeit money. Like, is it worth losing your life? Like, are you killing somebody over using counterfeit money during a fucking pandemic when nobody has money? Are you shitting me?
This is like the first time, like, honestly, like, obviously as a black person, I'm always nervous.
Yeah.
About the police, just in general. It don't really matter. Like, you just see one drive by, you could be legit. You just see one, you straighten up, 10 and 2 hands on the wheel, turn the music down. But this was like the first time, like, it was actually scary to think what could happen, because it felt like these niggas was doing this on purpose.
Yeah, obviously. It's
like,
no
they
other
were
excuse.
like, oh, this is what's going on. I want to be a part of this. And so it was like for me, especially as a black man, it was real scary. Like, I realized I saw less police, but it was also like that one time you did see the police, you know, you don't know what could happen. It was wild.
It's that, and you have this fucking president, and I'm cussing. I got a little worked up about the Black Lives Matter movement, but you have this president who is spitting this rhetoric that has people thinking that it's okay to be that way. Yeah. So for the past 3 or 4 years, I think this was the 4th term for him, the 4th year for him being president, he's been telling people, you know, he doesn't care about what's going on with you. He doesn't care that everybody is dying. He's telling you the opposite thing. Oh, you don't need to wear a mask. Like, he doesn't care about people. And then he has people, the Proud Boys, feeling proud to be a Proud Boy because they have somebody that shares the same opinions as them, which makes them more likely to express their hate for everybody else. Yeah. So you have an ally that is the president who don't give a fuck about black people, don't give a fuck about Mexicans. If you ain't white, it ain't right. And it just made it that much worse. Yeah. So that first quarter of the year,
Kobe died
all
in
that,
the first.
Kobe, Pop Smoke.
Like, niggas just dying, bro. Like, nigga, it's just something like you like had to start like thinking about, you know, your family and your loved ones. And like, it gave this real nasty tone for the first, and that became like all you ever saw. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter where you at, like the places that you supposed to be going for escapes, to laugh and joke and make fun of shit, the memes wasn't even funny.
Like when basically they always kind of talk about how like true world peace will happen when like basically aliens come down, right? Because like we gotta like come together. So like, to me, I felt like Corona was supposed to be that. Right?
Andrew Schultz said that.
It wasn't gonna happen.
That's always been like, that's always like a narrative.
That was Charlemagne, girl.
But, nah, man, it was just wild that like, even when something that is an existential threat that's taking us out, everybody out, you know, that we couldn't even figure out a way to like still not be safe.
And then even as black people, we were still skeptical as black people. Like, we get to this point and everybody's doing a blackout. Put the black picture on your Instagram.
And then you're like, shaming people for putting it up. Like, which one do you want me to do? Do you want me to go out and protest? Do you want me to post about it?
Then it's like, bro, I don't understand McDonald's. Why would you put this out? You've been killing black people for years with the food. You don't give a fuck. Wow. Fucking the record labels blackout a Tuesday. Nigga, that don't do shit. You still robbing the artist, and music come out on Friday. So you didn't do shit. So it's just like, bro, you couldn't even believe people. You just think they were just jumping on a bandwagon to just
mean, but COINTELPRO is a real thing now. Like, people do things like that can come off as like, oh, this is supposed to help for everybody, and it doesn't.
Yeah. But honestly, that's what we want, though. We want people to talk about how our lives matter. We want people to put us on the front line and say, yes, we care, and yes, we are an ally.
But we want them to do that shit genuinely, not just because everybody else is doing it. It was like, oh, let me draw people to come to my page and support me because I do it. Like, no,
it's
don't
when
do
you
that
start
shit.
asking for support behind it.
Yeah.
It's like you can say it all day, but you actually have to put action behind it. Like you say that your company cares about black people. Where are the black faces in your company?
Where's the money at?
Where's the black executives?
Where's the
Right.
money at? Because there's a ton of companies that said, hey, we're going to dedicate money to black businesses and all these different things.
No, you know what they do? They throw in minorities, and the minority is women and minorities. So when they say women, they throw in white women.
It's crazy.
White women are underneath of that card because women are minorities too.
It just had us looking at the way the world was. It just made us
It's
look
a
at
nasty
how
place.
it's a nasty place.
But somehow, some way, we flipped it. We turned it around. I'd like to say Beyonce was the turning point for me. But you know, I am a stan.
She did actually get me. I bought some merch.
But as black people, though, that's one thing that I love about us. We always find a
Nigga.
way to flip it and bring it back.
Nigga, they made Lil Baby make a protest song. Like, nigga.
And it slapped.
And it slapped. It slapped way better than Trey Songz. Trey Songz, you need to be.
Come on. We going up. We good. We flipped the pancake over.
My
You know
fault.
what I'm saying?
My fault.
There's a little burnt on the other side.
I'm about to Trey Songz. Hey, get it together, fam. I didn't have some of the best sex of my life to
Means
ready
it's
for
overcooked.
you to say. Oh, my fault.
It's overcooked.
Nigga.
But yeah, we found the joy in the year.
It was some cool shit.
We flipped it.
The league came back. Them niggas was in a bubble. That was some of the best basketball you could see.
Never thought it was gonna work. No one believed it would work.
Nah, Adam Silver for president. Take your whole NBA staff with you. Run this country the same way you ran that bubble, because that shit was lit, nigga. Lou Will sneaking out the bubble to go to a funeral, but ended up in Magic City eating chicken wings. Fire. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the change came with summer because at the beginning of the year, it was still kind of cold. We couldn't really go outside, but summer, things started opening up slowly. We got to go to the bars again. We could sit outside.
Hey, fam, let me tell you. During that sit in the house, you niggas went on a TikTok spree. Nigga, y'all niggas was finding enjoyment shooting these videos, and if I had to hear "Don't Rush, Don't Touch" 9,000 times a day,
I'm a savage.
I was savage. Tootsie sliding our lives away.
We had to find joy in it.
We was finding joy.
That's one thing we had to do. So we found the joy. Some of my favorite moments, though, because we talked a lot about the bad stuff.
Yeah.
So some of my favorite moments was I think my year really started to take a change when my sister-in-law invited us to Vegas for her birthday.
In the streets.
And at first we were skeptical because it's like, you know, we shouldn't be traveling during a pandemic. But at the same time, how long are we going to let this pandemic hold us down?
True.
And it's not to say like, fuck this mask, I'm going to go to a super spreader event. But at some point, like, you have to remember that life is still ticking.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking April, May now. And I haven't done.
June. It was June.
I know, but I'm just saying that was around the time. So around that time, it's like, we got to start making a change for things that are going on. Yeah. And at first we were like, no, we don't want to go. We don't want to go.
I started feeling like that as an essential worker, boy. Like, this shit, like, I just never understood how, like, you could try to figure out a way to keep the country going by making people at risk. Like, it just never made sense to me. Like, the money that you're gonna lose, you can probably get back. Finding a way to, like, replace these people because you don't care about them is wild shit. Like I had to be outside. Like, a nigga learned how to use the thermal gun to take temperatures and shit. Like, being out there, I hated life, like, so much. Like, bro, I couldn't understand, like, why was it we couldn't just shut shit down and just stay in the house. So it took me to a real dark place, and it took a flight to Races, Indiana, and sitting on a lake for an entire week that, like, pepped me up just a little bit, made me feel good. Like,
yeah, you had to be able to get out the house and understand that there's still life outside of your house and what you're going through in that moment.
Exactly.
So I guess, I mean, although you weren't supposed to be flying, we were very safe. We kept our mask on the whole flight. It was safe, but it was something. It
felt regular. Yeah. The mask was the irregular, but being able to do things that you used to could do regular, like it felt good to like finally be able to do shit again.
Yeah, it was a piece of happiness. So I think that was a big part of finding your joy during that moment. So another terrible thing was that we had to record the podcast virtually. So I think once we were able to get back into the studio, that's when the year kind of it went.
When I watched some of those, like I was legit waking up, walking into the office, just recording.
Oh my god!
Not washing faces, not doing shit, because I was like, bro, I'm here, bro. I'm just at home. I'm not finna do shit. Like fuck it. Forgetting that like this is like evidence, this is being recorded, so you can see me at my worst. Like nigga, barbershops was closed, niggas couldn't get haircuts, like,
and I was glammed up because it was like the highlight of my day.
Like me and you like treated it differently. Like you was really like, let me find happiness in this, and I was like, I'm just gonna wallow in this.
Yeah, I tried to find happiness in a few things. Like, I joined a cult. I opened up some art. Yeah.
A cult?
Yeah, so internet friends are my thing. I come on here every episode and I say that I love making friends on the internet. So I found a group of people who love music as much as me and are equally as ratchet, and spent a lot of time on Instagram Live making playlists and having playlist battles. Like Versus. You know Versus.
No.
Versus is another thing that helped the make a turn.
Did it?
Yeah.
It makes.
We was all hype when we saw. Well, who was it? Who was the drunk guy?
Sean Garrett.
Sean Garrett versus the Dream. We were hype.
It gave us like some entertainment, and it had its ups and downs. I will say that it was some really good. Teddy Riley couldn't figure out how to use his.
But that was a moment.
Yeah,
we had a moment to come together. I remember when we did it on Zoom. We set it up on Zoom. And we helped Eric's mom watch it. We helped my mom watch it. Yeah. And we had a few friends come on and we watched it. But that was like something for us to be excited about. And I think the whole first quarter, that's something we were missing.
Yeah, it gave black people hope for some fun shit. Like, just, we can come together and have a good time.
Find a way to make the best out of it.
Yeah, like we always do, because that's just who we are.
We was going to do that anyway.
Right.
So do you have a favorite versus? It would have been Ashanti and Keisha Cole.
If I had to pick a versus from the year that I thought was probably my favorite, the first one that comes to mind is Jonte Austin versus Neo, because those were like, it was on Instagram at a time before Versus was getting money. They were like, these are songwriters who were playing hit for hit for hit. It was like, oh shit, I really do not know who's winning this. There wasn't a dull moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, oh yeah, these is hits. And it never, like, that was one but I remember it didn't get boring. It some of them it ran a little longer, but that was in the early time. But like, it wasn't that boring. Like, I was like, okay, these songs I know, these are mine songs, these are hits. Like, so that was one of my favorites.
What about you?
For me, Little John T-Pain.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about that one.
Yeah, like that one was just, I mean, that was, height of the college, my college time and stuff like that. So it was just like all those hits that they had, and some of them that I didn't know that they were a part of and stuff like that. It was a good time. Like, that was real, like surreal for me. Like, it was like nostalgic for me.
I definitely enjoyed Brandy and Monica, but I feel like towards the second half of that, I was like, Gucci and Jeezy. Very good throughout, even though I didn't know some of them songs, but I really think that Ashanti and Keisha Cole would have had me hyped the whole time, but it's okay.
We'll see next week. We will see next week.
Shout out to Swiss and Timberland for putting that together.
That
was a good thing for this year.
Shout out Larry Jackson for giving them the bag so we could watch shit in quality.
That was something that we really needed.
Yeah,
we really needed.
That was some cool shit.
So let's talk more so about us. What were some of your favorite moments in 2020? You went to Indiana.
Oh, I quit my job this year.
Yeah, we have that episode. We got that on tape.
Yeah. I just want to give you. That was a great moment for me, bro. It was just you could see the relief that you had.
Yeah.
Well, it was the first time I had a break in a really long time. So it felt like don't get me wrong, all of the shit that come with you not having a job was there, have been there, still there. But it was one of those things where it was like, I need a break. Like I just wanted a break. It's like I hadn't been on vacation in like 2 years because niggas was being corny about the situation. But then it was like one of those things where I realized, like, fam, I'm standing outside in this pandemic for 3 hours, rain, sleet. I think it might have, no, it didn't snow, but it rained really hard. The temperature got below freezing. And I'm like outside every day taking temperatures to help this fucking company run. And
it wasn't, did you guys have something over?
No, I didn't have shit. I just had a fucking a thin ass vest, a uniform. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just outside doing this bullshit. And it got to the point where I had to like tell the supervisor, like, bro, I'm not doing this shit no more. Like, I don't care what y'all got to do. Like, even like, when you know how you do something every day, you try to find, like, the exact same way every day. You try to find ways to make it fun. Mm-hmm. I started getting in trouble for making, like, the shit fun. Like, we got these temperature guns. I'm, like, shooting it at people and shit. And people, like, laughing, like, coming through the line. They got their radio blasted because this is what black people do. You know, we outside dancing. Like, I'm getting in trouble for these things. So I had to just, like, sit there and tell them, like, no, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not. I'm picking me first now. Like, I tried to abide by this shit. No, I'm not. And, you know, me and Jazz had a convo. And she was like, if you really want to do it, like, you can do it. And I was like, you know what? I thought about it. I was really going to wait to, like, Thanksgiving. She, like, gave me an opportunity to quit early. And, it felt good just to, like it was weird for like the first couple weeks, but it just like it felt good. I felt relaxed a little bit, like a little bit of joy came back in my eyes for a little bit. It felt good. So it's just like one of those things that happened. I took on a couple new projects. I took on a few projects this year. You know, the law, me and E did the law this year. I took on 10-Piece Killer Radio this year. We started doing more because you gotta understand this was our first full year as just the three of us.
Right, it really was. Yeah.
So it's us coming up with new ideas to keep this fresh and doing shit.
Yeah, because if you think about it, we've been 3 years.
It's been 3 years. So this is the first full year of us just being a 3-headed monster. And, you know, recording on Zoom and doing shit like that was crazy. But we did it. We made it. And that happened, you know. We had some, you know, it went viral a few times. You know how I do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Talk.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? EP, executive produced an EP.
Okay.
Did
EP to EP.
You know what I'm saying? EP to EP. You know what I'm saying? Got some notoriety. Shout out Benny the Butcher for understanding the vision and, you know what I'm saying, fucking with it. So it was just like a year where I thought the work that I put in would have made it better. It was actually the opposite. It was more so the just doing just do it, even if it ain't like you having a singular idea and going straight forward, just like getting ideas out. Like, it worked, it helped, it worked. It was a thing. So it came out great. I feel all right about it. I mean, it ain't where I wanted to be, but it's cool.
Yeah, you got the chance to do a few.
Right. I didn't learn everything.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about myself during this time. Like, the shit I thought I wanted to do, I really didn't want to do. Mm-hmm. And that really gave me a chance to like understand that now, freely thinking, giving myself a chance to think. You know, I even went to therapy this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I went to therapy this year and started to understand that, like, what are some of my shit, my triggers and shit, like why I'm the way that I am. It didn't work out for that therapist. I apologize, but you know what I'm saying? 2021, I'll find a new therapist. You know what I'm saying? Went to therapy, got glasses, like nigga couldn't see. You know what I'm saying? I bettered myself this year in a year where I wasn't even supposed to be me.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying?
In a year where everything was stacked against you,
right.
To be depressed, to be sad, to not want to try new things, you still was able to jump out and do what you had to do.
Kill some shit.
Honorable.
Fire.
Wow.
You know,
legend.
See how I do?
10-piece legend.
Always. What you have going on this year? What are your highlights? Show your highlight reel, baby.
Yeah, it was a battle of a year because it wasn't what I expected, and me being the planner that I am, I have a certain view of how I want things to go. So it took me a while to get into a pivot and figure out like what am I supposed to do? Like how am I supposed to keep things afloat with everything? I will say one of my happiest moments was when that STEMI hit my account.
I just with me quit my job, I just had to start tapping into that STEMI.
Right.
It's been sitting in the bank all year, but
that's great. And then also just having that fluff of unemployment. And unemployment was a great time. I had a lot of fun with it. It is no longer because, you know, the girl had to get a job.
Got a job.
So one of my things
got
was
a job though. Talk
definitely
about that shit.
Graduate and getting a job.
Damn, you did graduate from school this year. Don't just overlook that, bro. You got a degree in a pandemic.
Yep, because that was something to overcome too. Because I'm
on spring break.
I'm a visual learner. We went on spring break and we never came back. And although I didn't really like going into classes that much, I was having fun. Yeah. Like I liked going to class. I liked interacting with people. Being a non-traditional student, I got to interact with the traditional students, and that shit was a little fun. They kept me young. It's cute. But that was great. Getting my degree, working through that, doing online learning, finding out the things that I like to do in my spare time, having a chance to get outdoors, making new friends. Like that was a huge highlight because I got people who understand me. Bitch turned 30. I was able to feel the love from my family multiple times throughout this year. Even though the pandemic was there, we were still able to get together in a safe way and celebrate our accomplishments. So that meant a lot to me, and still being able to see friends that I currently have, older friends, the photo shoot, building the podcast. It was good. It was a good year. I don't really have a low point, but I like where I'm at now. Yeah.
It was low though.
No, I mean, it was.
We were scared for you.
No.
Me and E used to have conversations like, bro, you sure she all right? Like, we remember that. But the way you brought yourself out of it was amazing. Like, it was just one of those things that you could see happening. Like it was one point I'm like, why is Rez still on Instagram live at 4:00 in the morning and nobody watching? Like, but you brought yourself out there and it was amazing to see. Like you like the roller coaster was going down, but that bad boy went back up just as fast, and it was crazy. Like I was proud. It gave me a lot of inspiration.
Yeah. Corona was just scary.
It was scary.
It was a scary time, but I think enough about us. We called for our listeners to call in, and but before we get to that, we didn't hear. We're missing somebody. Nope, we're missing somebody. We're missing something.
Big.
Yeah, we're missing somebody.
Man made all this run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yelling at us because we didn't want to fucking be on Zoom and making us do shit we didn't want to do. Mm-hmm. In a pandemic.
Pushing us to do more than what we normally do.
Right.
Telling us it's been 3 years. What are we doing? It's time to pivot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who you guys are talking about.
I think we're talking about EA Green.
All right, so
damn, she said your whole name.
Right, that's wild. I guess for me, the bigger thing for this year, I mean, I used work as my crutch for to try to cope with the pandemic, because I felt like if I would have slowed down, then I would have stopped completely. It just reminded me of like a dark time right after I graduated from undergrad, and it was like a year and a half or so, like I couldn't find a job and all that stuff like that. And I vowed to myself that would never happen to me again. And that's probably toxic, that why, I've kind of had that mentality this whole time. But, doing this full time and then getting the green light from my better half saying, yo, like, go after it, and not necessarily, not, basically she believed in my rap career, what I'm saying? Like, be able to find my stride this year was the highlight for me. Like, finding what worked and then being able to be validated through currency that it was going to work, and that this was something that, was going to go take place. So, got new clients, got new opportunities, got my, my biggest contract, to date, so far.
Good year, getting money.
And just, I'm hyped, I'm hyped for it. And, I don't really talk too much, while we're here, but it was just, super dope to see that in a situation where we were supposed to, like, this is like literally like the embodiment of, like, we're in a room full of vultures, right? Vultures being Corona, right? And depression and all these other
fucking police,
like all these crazy things that should have took us out. And the thing is, for the people that it did take out, it's one of those things like, I kind of felt like I couldn't take it in vain, and I just appreciate the opportunity to be able to figure things out when other people didn't have the same chance.
Right.
It was fire.
It's a big deal. It was a year.
Proud of you, man. You did some fire shit.
Yeah. It's hard to keep going when you don't necessarily know where you're going. And for a long time throughout this year, you didn't know where you were going to pivot, but you continued to make ways and make lanes for you to have something to do. And I applaud you for that. It's dope. That's how you do it.
Thank you.
Thank you. So last week we did a call to action for our listeners to send us some wrap up of their year. Was it good? Was it bad? We just want to hear from you. So after we get back from our break, we're going to play those and dive into that to hear how your year was. So if you sent the video, stick around so you can hear it. Let's take a break. Okay, and we're back. So as promised, we have audio from our listeners. Meezy has them and he's ready to get started. Let's go. Let's see what they got to say about 2020.
Shout out to our fans. The first one we got.
Not fans.
Oh, friends, family.
Yeah.
Family, friends.
True members of the gray area.
Yeah, the
places,
gray area.
The people that fuck with us. So first up, we got Viva Latina. If you look at our story, she's an avid fan. Avid member, listener. She loves our show. And this is what she had to say about her year.
Hey, Textually Active Pod. I love you guys. And Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm not going to lie. My 2020 was awesome. And it kind of hurts to say that because I know that, we're in a pandemic and a lot of people have been having a really hard time. But I don't know what it was. I think we've just been reaping what we've been sowing. It's been a long time coming, but my husband and I were able to purchase our forever home. We got a new car. I got into the Ivy League school of my dreams. I'm currently getting my master's. My daughter and all of my family is healthy, and we're expecting a baby boy at the beginning of this year. So it's been a hard fought, hard won. It's been a rough year for other people, and that's why I feel comfortable sharing with you guys. Like, I'm not going to do a year in review on Facebook because I feel like that's fucked up, knowing that so many people have faced like really terrible hardships. But I think it was just our season.
It's part two?
Part two.
Well, congratulations on all that
I love
stuff.
you guys. Thank you. I can't wait to see what the new year brings for all of you and the podcast. Stay blessed. Bye.
Shout out to her.
I love you guys. Thank you. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the new year brings for all of you.
So we love to hear it. We love to hear it. I love to see that this year didn't take you down. It ain't take us down. It kept you stronger. You got yourself a house. You got a new baby on the way.
So you know what they're doing.
That little quarantine, baby. Okay. Got to keep it spicy, okay?
All right, so we're naming. We want dibs on the middle name.
We do. You gotta name the baby some kind of like cool.
One of two things. You can either find some way to put text in there, or make the make the initials be TA.
The first and middle name gotta be TA.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you gotta, whatever your last name is, you gotta make that fit. It's gotta be fire.
I mean, if you can add a G at the end, you know, listen, we gonna send you some merch.
A little tag.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So
The
that was
initials for the
fire.
baby be tagged.
That's fire. That's fire. Next, we got another fan favorite because he is a diehard. And shout out to my guy. He developed a new podcast this year because of us. So he wrote a long soliloquy about it on Twitter. So this is our guy, Uncle Poochie.
What's the name of Uncle Poochie's podcast?
6 feet under.
6 feet under. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
6 feet under podcast. And it's a play on words.
Yeah, it's fire. We taught him good. So this is what he had to say about this year.
Well.
Good Textually After Pod. First and foremost, it's your boy, Uncle Poochie, host of the 6 Feet Under Podcast. I just got to thank you guys for being able to put out a whole another year of great content. I really appreciate what you guys are doing for the culture. As far as how my 2020 is going, man, I've learned as a black person, it's very important to remain mentally strong. But outside of being mentally strong, you also have to learn how to avoid the self-sabotage.
Hey, Lion, take a moment for that.
That's an entrepreneur.
Take a moment for that, because we
we
just talked about how self-sabotage was kicking our ass. So that's how you know he fuck with us, because he be going through the same thing. Don't let self-sabotage fuck you up, and keep your mental health healthy.
Keep it together. Mm-hmm. So he said it was taking him down. So he understood. He seen ours. And like we was coming in here, so he knew it was taking us under.
How to avoid the self-sabotage. Being a person that's an entrepreneur myself and hosting my own show and a plethora of other things I do, I'm finding it hard as I grow through 2020 and go into 2021 to really look over my shoulder and think to myself, it's okay to let go of day ones. It's okay to progress. I find myself self-sabotaging myself because I want everybody to eat and everybody to be on. But then I have to remember that I got to leave some people where they were. Have you guys ever dealt with something like this before?
Yo, listen, I don't really talk about a lot back here, but yo, Pooch, you are the man, bro. Like, I appreciate him, yo. Like, because we've had conversations, I mean, I'm sure all three of us and the mixture of the three of us and stuff like that. And the stuff that he has gone through, that he has shared, and the level of vulnerability, it's not even transparency. The vulnerability that he's shown this year, and how to take it in stride, like, that is stuff that is to be envied. That is stuff that is hard to come by. Mm-hmm. And that is something that no one can take away from this man.
He gave me a lot of fire advice during the beginning of my unemployment.
Yeah.
He was in, like, there was points where I thought it was like, it was getting dark, and he was like, bro, that's just how it is at the beginning. You gonna understand how to find your way out of it. So, like, for us, for the most part, it's just like, to deal with shit like that, you just gotta do that shit. Get rid of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You look at our podcast, it ain't where it used to be.
It sure ain't.
Look at us. We don't got the jobs we used to have.
Sure don't.
Look at us. We are like doing. Rez got a new degree. You know what I'm saying? E is in a whole new way of living, whole new life in entrepreneurship. It's just, you got to do this shit and make it click. Go through it. Yeah.
If it's no longer serving you, it's okay to let it go. We're not
go.
in the same place we were last year, and that's for a reason, because we agreed to make the changes that needed to happen. So there's nothing wrong with letting people go as you grow. It's a part of growing. Facts.
You got to just do that shit and move forward. You got a lot of fire shit going on over there.
Right.
And shout out to you. Keep going with your vision. It's your vision, and you're the only one that can make that work.
And we see you. You're doing great.
Fire.
Killing it. So do we have one more?
Got one more. One last one. This one, you could tell she's a real fan of the podcast because she played it where she usually listens to it in the car when she made this. This is our homegirl, Janelli Bean. On Instagram, author of, she put out a new project of art and poetry in this year. So her new brand, The Lovish, is out there. She took on a new journey. So let's hear what she had to say. Sorry if the audio sounds a little weird, but she was in the car.
All right.
So 2020 for me, with COVID and everything that 2020 brought, the first quarter of the year, the first 3 months or so, maybe even 4, it was tough mentally, emotionally. I was all off track. COVID had me feeling like I was alone. I never realized how much I need people to thrive until I couldn't have people around me. Like the simplest things, like physical touch and hugging someone, or going to a bar and sitting beside people or across from people, or just the simplest things I did not know that I needed to feel comfort. And I needed those things. And so it was rough for me. I had a really tough time. And then somewhere around the summertime, somewhere around June, July-ish, I don't know, something clicked in my head. And I'm like, you know what? I got to turn this year around. Like, I can't go the remaining 6 months or so feeling like this right here. So I tapped into myself. I have been self-focused like I never have before. I'm in a season of learning. I'm in a season of creating boundaries. I'm in a season of evolving. I'm in a season of spirituality, recentering myself, focusing on my beliefs, unbelieving some things, unlearning some things. So I turned it around, and honestly, the last 6 months of 2020 have been amazing for me. They've just been amazing, mentally, emotionally. I feel good. I feel damn.
So she was going crazy. She just changed her whole surrounding around.
Whole mindset.
Everything.
I think it's interesting how all of our stories are kind of similar, where those first 3 months of COVID, we was all just fucked up. Everybody was off balance. Everybody was miserable and unhappy. And then you turn around and you get that story, that new cycle of life of how you reinvented yourself to make yourself a little better and come out of this better than where you started. So I love to see that. Thank you all for sending your videos. I really appreciate that.
That's fire. Shout out to everybody. If we get some more, because niggas always late.
Right.
We just have to post those in the story and go crazy with them.
We might be able to play it for our New Year episode.
Yeah.
So to wrap up this whole conversation, I did have a thought for you guys, and I want you to think very long and hard. Well, not too long, because we about to get out of here. Wait a minute. Not too long and not too hard. But listeners, you can participate in this too. So we all know our lady. We all know our girl is coming. All right. Our girl, our girl. The girl with the bun. She walking up the steps. She got on that beige dress. You know the girl.
Oh, I'm like.
You know the girl.
Oh, the little shorty in the meme.
Yeah, shorty with the dress. We know the girl.
Pregnant shorty.
Is she pregnant?
One of them.
I think what year she was pregnant. Right. But yeah, so we know the girl, right? The girl, her season is coming back around. It's her time. So with that on our mind, oh, here it is. Here she go.
What are we leaving in 2020?
I don't know if they can see it on camera.
What are we looking at?
So I want to talk to you. I want you guys to let me know, what are you leaving in 2020? What are you taking with you? And what are you looking forward for? What are you looking forward to for 2021?
What I'm leaving.
And don't say clear vision, because that's what got us in this position.
That's 2021. That was 2020.
Talk about let's try this again.
Right.
Clear vision.
Right. I'm trying to keep it. Some shit that I'm leaving for sure is TikTok. Like I don't want to see you niggas videos.
Yo, TikTok just came up.
I don't want to see you niggas videos no more.
Stop doing that.
I ain't never been pro Trump, but when that nigga was like, we need to get that shit out of here, I was ready. Like
as you were read here today.
Right.
Don't do TikTok like that. TikTok has provided me with a lot of laughs during this season.
All right. In the seriousness, I don't know. To be honest, to answer this question,
and that's okay.
Right?
That's okay.
Well, I mean, that's just what happened. Like, if I took what I thought I was going to take into this year, I would have been completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? So having expectations is the one thing I'm not gonna do for 2021 because my life
that's a bar.
You know what I'm saying? My life is one of those things where you never know, it never changed. Like, I didn't even mention this, but like, I actually moved in with Jazz this year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did not expect that to happen this year.
I feel like it was one of those things where we kind of seen it, but we never talked about it on the show, right?
I just woke up one day and I had been there for a week. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we need like a love sound effect.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was some shit like that. Like, I woke up one day and was like, I'm not going back to this job. You know what I'm saying? I woke up one day and was like, oh, I'm going to start a radio show. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, my life wasn't, it wasn't planned out. And the shit that I wanted to do, I didn't do. The shit that I thought I could do, I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a plan. So I'm not taking expectations with me to 2021. I'm taking just doing things, like just doing them. Don't have a fear because of, like, I'm like seeing that, like, my thing, like, my hindrance be like thinking shit is perfect, shit is good. Like, no, like, niggas are just putting their name on a t-shirt and selling them. Like, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? I did not know that them niggas just put God is dope on a t-shirt and have a big business. You know what I'm saying? Like, for $6 a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can just do shit. Like, just doing shit, it can pop. You know, a lot of my viralness was just me doing shit. So I think those are the things that I'm taking. Like, just do shit. That's it.
Can I give you a suggestion of what you should leave in 2020? What? And that's adjusting the mic.
Oh nah, that's my thing though. Like,
I just want you to leave that here.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Just find something to play with.
Yo, you need to be stopped.
No, I don't.
The innuendos are getting out of control.
Work out that tennis elbow.
That nigga wear her titties out one time. Right. Damn.
This is the breast time ever.
E, what you got for the 2021s?
So 2020, what am I leaving? I'm leaving that 2020 balloons that we have in our house.
No, we're putting up a 1.
No, that's a dub.
Hey, to be honest, y'all the only niggas I know who got their money's worth out of a fucking number balloon.
Shit me. Thought I was throwing that away.
What I'm taking with me into 2021 is the momentum. That's what I'm taking with me.
Fire. Hit the button on that. That was a good one.
You know, like the stuff that I've been able to build and to work on, right? I've stopped looking at it as like this. There's like a switch, right? There's like, no, let's just keep going. You know what I'm
it's time to harvest the crop.
I mean, not necessarily. It's just like one of those things like imagine the snowball, which is like what you've been able to do. And as it's starting to go down, it starts to build and grow bigger and grow bigger. Yeah. Right? Because either you're going to move out of the way or you're going to get ran over. And that's the type of energy that I'm on in 2021. But what I'm hoping to...
I might want to get ran over, baby.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up. Right.
I've never been more deroused in my
life. And then one thing I saw today that I just kind of feel like, you know, what's going to be 2021 for me, and I'm going to be where the money reside. That's what I'm going to be.
All right, Meg.
All right, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so you taking the money, you taking momentum, and you going, the screen don't went off, and you going to be where the money reside.
Yeah.
For me, it's simple. I'm leaving behind
the horniness.
No, she gonna keep that.
I wish I could find one of the old things. Whatever meme that you see currently with her, that's all the shit that I'm leaving. Fake friends, haters, enemies, broke bitches, lace fronts, synthetic hair. I'm leaving all that shit.
She don't even believe it herself.
No, I'm taking that with me.
As you swing your ponytail.
Nah, I'm taking that with me. But no, seriously, I'm just taking. I feel like I kind of want to piggyback off of what you said, and I hate that word piggyback, but like I want to jump on to what you said and kind of be a little bit loose with the plan. And I'll never say that I'm not going to plan what I want to do or have expectations, because that's just not how I live, but just be a little bit more flexible. If it's something that I've learned this year, is that it's okay if the plan doesn't go the way that you expected it to go. It's okay to adapt and change your direction a little bit. And you have to embrace that instead of being scared of it and hate and change. That's one thing that we talked about this year. So that's something that I'm taking into the new year and looking forward to seeing just like shit getting a little bit back to normal for 2021. And getting right back to where we left off.
Dirty 30 coming.
Am I wrong if when you say back to normal, to me there's like an asterisk behind it?
Not like normal, but like just like not this shit. Because it's never going to go back to the way that it was. We've seen that the world was fucked up. Like the government gave niggas.
I just want to stop wearing a mask.
$1,500. They gave niggas $1,500. $1,200 to last.
They're claiming at some point in the next couple of weeks we're supposed to get what,
$600. It's not enough.
Yeah, that is so wild.
Can you niggas leave Tulum in 2020?
And we also learned, no, stop shaming people, vacation shaming.
Why?
But people get a chance to travel. I hate that.
It's not that.
I don't like it.
It is what it is the thing of you then shaming motherfuckers because you was in Tulum.
It's okay, so
That's
you done
the
been
thing.
to Tulum and now you want people to stop going.
See what I'm saying?
I don't think it's anything wrong.
He said I didn't go, and I just don't want people.
Because you want to know why niggas went to Tulum? Because y'all posted about Tulum.
So that's why it's a thing, nigga. You can't shame motherfuckers for making a thing that you made a thing.
Yeah. I think a lot of...
We all got that email that gave us that deal.
Right.
That 2-for-1.
Right.
We all got it.
I think another thing that's probably not going to go back to normal is work. Like, we realize that we don't have to be at the office every damn day, 9 to 5. I hope that's one of the things that they kind of like are flexible with.
I
like,
don't want niggas to go back to work.
I don't want to be in the office. I want to work from home.
I don't know, man. You know, if you already pissed me off in your building, I don't want you to piss me off in mine.
Facts.
So that's just me. But you know, I work for myself. So
right. Like, you need a place where you can leave work.
What do you mean?
Like, not take work home with
Oh,
you.
so if you home,
like if you already home.
Nah, if you are home, they do expect you to do so much more, and it's
no.
But I think what Meezy is also trying to say is like, there's a certain types of stress that can happen from work, right? Not everyone has a place where they love to be and stuff like that, and it can be here and there, right? But being able to take that metaphorical drive home where you can clear your head, you know what I'm saying? You don't get that by working from home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I mean. If that's what you meant,
is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of driving, you got music to listen to while you driving from the kitchen to the living room since you're working from home.
You are now tuned in.
You are now tuned in to WMEZ.
Remember when we used to say where the W stands for wood?
Wood.
That was so fucking wild.
It's still funny. It's still funny. This week we got Savannah Ray. This is Sacred here on WMEZ.
Textually active.
I like the way her voice sound. That was a good one. That was a good vibe.
Met her in the Chetty house.
Oh, you met her at the Chatterbox?
I was in the Chetty house with her.
Yes, Chatty Box.
it's the Chatterbox.
Chatterbox.
Hey, on some other shit, some shit I heard, you know, there might be a black version of this just for us. Not the one that we know about already. Okay. Another one. Or maybe it's that one, but they're putting some real money behind it. Okay. 21 Savage hit me the game.
So, have we seen white people on Clubbox? Have you seen white people?
Only the guy that owns it. Like, is Ed? That's his name?
No, he doesn't own it, but he's
the face of the place.
The unofficial mayor of Chatterbox.
He's the only nigga I done seen.
Have you seen white people on there?
Yes, I have, but they're more on the business side of Chatterbox.
I seen a room the other day, and it was saying...
Oh, shout out Chet Hanks. I saw him on there get dragged through the mud.
I seen a room on there that said that Clubhouse is racist towards white people. I didn't go in there because I didn't feel like being angry that day, but it's just like, we literally make shit hot. I'm sorry if you feel excluded from the fun part of Clubhouse.
I was in a room that one of the leading investors of Chatterbox was on there, and he basically acknowledged the fact that to foster community that you need Black people. And
right.
He basically said it like, he was like, and basically he was just like, you guys need to try to monetize off of here while you can, basically. So, I mean, he just kind of made it like super real.
Yeah, I agree. Because without us, I mean, 2020 would have been it would have been a lot darker than what it was. I say one day Black people just don't show up. We don't show up anywhere. We don't show up. I say for a week. These niggas need a week without us and see what they do. The
thing is, when we don't show up, we need to go to our version and make sure that they don't, a lot of times, our skin folk ain't our kin folk, so you just got to keep that stuff in mind.
You right. Stay woke. My
niggas is woke for no reason. Let's get out of here.
No, we wanted to get to the bottom of it. Conversations had at home.
Hey, listen, if you thought today was long, you gonna be in for a treat.
Did you hear? Yeah,
all you do is add this.
Textually active.
Get to the bottom of it, you say. So, pull your memes out. What y'all got?
Yo, you need to. I'll go first. That's cool. All right, so this reminds me of a time that before COVID, and you used to kind of go out with your parents to go eat and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So then when you get sit down and then your waiter comes and they let you know what the specials are. So then when they say, "Hey, kids under 10 eat free," my dad's like, he's 9, and I'm saying, "Hey, Dad, I'm 30," and he's like, "Nigga, I said we 9 today."
Hey,
y'all can't see it, but his teeth was tight. He had that butthole lip. Shout out to Don't Call Me White Girl.
Wow.
You said you're 10.
That's 10. That's hilarious.
That's what she called it. She called it the butthole lip.
Oh, that's funny.
Because your mouth gets so tight.
That's funny.
I said you 10.
That's
like
hilarious.
This. I said you 10. 10, nigga.
I'm gonna keep it on brand.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Merry Christmas
Happy
to
New Year.
you all, to your family. Stop adding that. We still got a week. Merry Christmas. So, if you know the words, sing along with me. Oh, 2020 is frightful, but the wine is so delightful. And since we ain't got nowhere to go, let me drink, let me drink, let me drink.
I like that. I like that.
It's fire.
So the thing is, I always say Happy New Year because where I'm from and the people that I grew up around, they always put them together. It's like Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year because you don't know if I'm going to see you before to get a chance.
Have
to
you?
A lot can happen in a week.
But we also took the Merry out of Christmas. We don't say Christmas. We say Happy Holidays.
I'm so glad we haven't been outside so people can't ask you, are you ready for Christmas?
Oh my God. Somebody asked me, one of my friends asked me, did I start Christmas shopping? I said, now you know goddamn well. Christmas shopping with what?
Yeah.
How?
Bro.
Who?
Pennies.
Going where?
If Valentine's Day came on Christmas, I'll be happy.
Baby, you missed Sweeties Day. I'm sorry. We're going to try again next year. Sweeties. By the time Sweeties Day come around,
you'll be iced out.
You'll be good.
You got a nice little watch on right there.
Oh, thanks. So let's get into it. So my meme, which is the last meme of the day, and it goes, okay, but how fucking tight was it rearranging your room when you were younger and feeling like it was a different space, and you show your parents and they be like, wow, very nice, and you be like, fuck yes, new room, new me. I want you guys to go into 2021, rearrange some shit, spice it up, show it to your friends so they can be like, wow, and go into the new year
lit.
Like new room, new me. Okay?
So my parents was like, put that shit back.
And that can apply to
nigga, I didn't have enough manpower to change this whole fucking room around by myself.
You think I was gonna move that hand me down armoire by myself? That Dre heavy.
Nigga,
oh yeah.
This baker's rack full of clothes.
I used to always rearrange my room, but also that brings me to my next point. Speaking of new year, new me, don't forget, ladies, to reset your body count at the top of the new year. We will not be here to remind you, but you start at 0 as soon as 2021 rolls in.
Not sure that's how that count.
I think it is. Yep, absolutely. Leave them in the past. Put him in the dirt. All right, guys. Put his ass in the dirt. This is...
It's a really good episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
Some would even say, oh, I listened to it. Seemed longer than usual.
Uh-huh.
You know why?
Let them know.
We're not going to be here next week.
Ain't gonna see your ass.
We wanted to give you a little deluxe.
And that's why I keep saying Happy New Year. So stop this. If you ain't stopped this in the middle and come back to it, I don't know what to tell you.
If you stop this in the middle and want to come back to it, you got a week.
Save a little for next week, okay?
We'll not be here. The next time you hear us, it will officially be 2021.
Yep. So... Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, guys.
Have a great time. Get dressed up in your house and take videos and pictures.
Don't let nobody shame you out of your matching pajama sets. Don't let them steal that joy.
Hey, no. You get rid of them lumberjacks. You done wore them 3 years in a row. Relax.
Post your Christmas tree. I don't care if it's 3 feet. I don't care if it's 2 feet. I don't care if it's a tabletop.
You talking about Christmas tree? That's your fire.
Right.
Man.
Don't let Kylie Jenner punk you out of putting a Christmas tree up.
And but yeah, we love you guys. 2020 was a bitch, but we made it.
Yep.
And we'll see you in the new year.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Textually Active podcast. This podcast is a full-service production from the Open Media Lab. Be sure to check in every Textual Tuesday along with following them on all social media at Textually Active Pod. Textually Active is a part of the Open Media Network.